Yay! Hello, a very good evening from moi to you. Depending on where you're joining from, welcome to another exciting episode of Friday Night Hangout. I'm so excited to welcome you to this amazing conversation. Last week we started a conversation on self actualization. And if you were here or if you've watched the replay, you would agree with me that so much nuggets. We really appreciate our guest, Mrs. Ezine Kufre Ekanem. And I promised you that I'm going to bring her back again. Don't worry, we're working right on that. So, a very big welcome to you. I don't know how your day has been or the week, but I'm here rooting for you and cheering you on. My name is Joy Onyeso, your host of the Friday Night Hangout. So, this is that safe space where we have conversations on topical issues that can help you develop your personal brand, your professional brand. This is that space where you come to network and just to hang out. So, depending on what your objective is, this is that space, a very safe space. And if this is your first time in joining us, I joined the other tribe members to say very big welcome to you. Don't touch that dial, stay with us, and always be expectant. That's a good one. Now, I'm excited because, today we're going to continue that conversation we started last week. Last week we talked about what is self actualization. And just to summarize, just in case you missed out the conversation last week, we said that it is not a destination. It is a journey in your becoming the best version of yourself, where you realize your full potential, where you grow, you learn, and you feel satisfied. So it is your journey of becoming, and one that you need to be very intentional about. So tonight we are going to be looking at how can you now work towards self-actualization. Some of the questions came up last week. How can I work towards self-actualization even in very challenging times when things are not moving on as expected? And I'm here to broadly talk about that. And so tonight I'm going to be sharing some keys with you that can help you in your journey of becoming, in your journey of self-actualization. I want to start from the point of reflection. Right? So if you're here and you don't have your note-taking material, I would say please take out time. Go get your note material. Go get your note material. Get ready. It's going to get inspiring here. Okay? Right. So why am I talking about self-reflection? Socrates says the unexamined life is a life not worth living. You need to place yourself in a position of periodically, reflecting on who you are. We call it self-awareness, what your strengths and weaknesses are, what makes you happy, what triggers you. You want to know how you are positively contributing to the lives of others. There's so many things about yourself that you need to get to know. How you react to issues. If you don't spend time going through this process of self-reflection, the tendency is that you will lose yourself on the way. Okay? The tendency is that you will lose yourself on the way. Self-reflection helps you to stay anchored. It helps you to stay grounded, even in the midst of the storm, even in the midst of challenges. It helps you to stay focused. It helps you to know what decisions to make. It helps you to know when to say yes and when to say no. Some of us are not very good at knowing what drives us, what motivates us. And that brings me to the second key, which is set meaningful goals. It's very important that you set meaningful goals on your journey of becoming the best version of yourself. And listen, I didn't just say set goals, I said meaningful goals. Why? There are some goals that you will set which are not in alignment to your values, they're not in alignment with your values or purpose in life, you will find yourself struggling. And it makes it more difficult for you to show up no matter what, because they're not in alignment. There's a total disalignment. So you find yourself struggling, struggling, struggling. So when you find yourself in a place of struggle, I want you to take time out and step back and go into that phase or mode of self-reflection and ask yourself, the goals you've set for 2024, the goals you set for the second quarter, do they reflect your values? Do they reflect where you want to go to? If not, then you still have time. That's the essence of self-reflection. It's like what we call in project management, monitoring and evaluation. So it gives you opportunity to like monitor what you're doing. Am I doing the right thing? Am I working in alignment with my values? Do I have the necessary capacity to do things I've embarked to do? Right? So really setting meaningful goals is very, very key in your journey of becoming, because already you know where you want to go to. Now you want to set meaningful goals that will take you on a journey to that destination, right? So you want to really be very intentional in how you set your journey. And then don't run away from challenges. That's the third key I'm sharing with you tonight. Embrace challenges. It helps you to build your resilience. If you're always in your comfort zone, it's difficult to grow, it's difficult to learn. Now, what does challenge do to you? When you go through challenging period, it helps you to stretch. And in that stretching, you begin to build skills which you never even thought possible. You begin to understand things about yourself that you never even did know, right? You even begin to build connections as well that can help you in the future and in the present. So when challenges come, do not run away from it. What you need to ask yourself is, what do I need to go through this challenge? What do I need to go through this challenge? Because when you go through it, you come out on the other side a better version of the you that was on the other side of the challenge. Now, resilience is very important. Resilience is the ability to spring back after each challenge, the ability to spring back after each setback. Now, that is to tell us that challenges will come. It's all part of life. It's all part of your journey of self-actualization. So don't run away from it. What you want to keep doing is to build your muscle of resilience so that no matter what happens, no matter what, because you know where you're going to, because you know your purpose in life, you give yourself the permission to take a breath if you need to, catch your breath, rest, but you're up and moving, right? You won't allow the blows that life deals with you to knock you out and take you out of the journey. No, you don't want that to happen to you. So build your resilience muscle. And in building your muscles, you have to go through challenges. You have to equip yourself with tools. You have to express several things, broaden your horizon, your perspective, and then open yourself to learning. It's difficult to build a perspective if you're not given to learning. Like when you talk about self-actualization, it's even difficult to talk about it without talking about learning. It's a continuous process of growth and learning. Every time life presents anything to you, is an opportunity to learn. So ask yourself, even in this seemingly darkness, what can I take out of it? There must be a silver cloud in that lining for you. So your duty, your responsibility is to look for it. Look for it, and when you see it, you ride on it. You want to be like the eagle who uses the wind from the storm to soar, right? So you have all that it takes. It's just that you need to give yourself the permission to know how much you can do. All these limiting and self sabotaging beliefs, yes, they come, it's part of life, but you need to be positioned to walk through it. So you want to walk towards the journey of actually and realizing your full potential, please open up yourself to new things. Open up yourself to experiencing challenges. Don't run away from it. Don't chicken out. Don't throw in the towel at the first sign of trouble. Oh, you run away. You don't want to do it. Sometimes some of us are so afraid of making mistakes that we never try. The worst thing you want to do to yourself is to live a life of regret. It's better you try, you fail, you try, and then you keep trying, right? You're not in competition with anyone but yourself. Once you come to that realization that you're not competing with anyone but yourself, you're not in any race with anyone. Everyone has their own timing. Your timing is different. So you just need to focus on your own race. My dear, it will reduce the pressure on you. Some pressures are not pressures society put on us. Some pressures are the ones we self-inflict because you want to do certain thing at certain time. You're not giving room for, some challenges to happen. You're not giving room for learning to happen. You're not giving room for growth to happen. You're just looking at someone else. You're constantly competing. Oh my goodness. It is draining. It is really draining. And that's why I'm going to talk about the next thing, which is the need to embrace, what is that? Emotional intelligence. Whoa! I'm sure these days you turn here emotional intelligence, you turn there emotional intelligence. Why? Because, studies have proven that an emotionally intelligent individual is one who is positioned for success, is one who is positioned to achieve your full potential. Why? Because in all of that process, one, you get to know yourself better. When if you're an emotionally intelligent person, you get to know yourself better. You give yourself the permission to meet you. Yeah, to meet you. Some of us are so afraid to spend time with ourselves. You can be anywhere, everywhere, but not alone, not with yourself, because you do not like yourself. You do not know yourself. You're so afraid to be vulnerable even to yourself. It's a very big challenge that needs to be surmounted. So self-awareness is key. Empathy. When you talk about emotional intelligence, there's an aspect of which is the empathy. Seek to understand first before being understood. Especially at a time like this when there's a whole lot of things happening with people everywhere. Before you rush into assumption, before you give up on that person, before you take another step or take a life defining action, please make sure you understand first before being understood. Sometimes things are not the way they are. You don't know the battle the next person is going through. And then there's this aspect of building positive relationship. You're not an island. And I keep saying this, I will never get tired of repeating myself in this area. You're not the only good person. Listen, I'm removing my glasses to say this now for emphasis. You are not the only good person in this life. No, you are not. God could not have created just you. So you say, oh, I've gone through betrayals. I don't want to deal with anyone again. I want to stay on my own. I want to do on my own. That's okay. That's your choice, right? That's fine. But I just want to know you're putting a ceiling on your growth. You're putting a ceiling on your becoming because God did not create us to be independent. He created us to be interdependent, right? There's something about me that fits into you, and there's something about you that will solve a problem or a challenge that I have. And so there is that need to build a community. Every successful individual you see have a tribe behind them, have a community that enables them to thrive. And you don't want to be different in that regard, because it's something that has been proven time and time again to work. You can't go on this journey on your own. You need some companions that would inspire you, that will hold your hands, that will hold you accountable to some of the meaningful goals you set for yourself. So it's very important that you invest in building meaningful relationships, right? Then there's also the bit about celebrating your progress. Ooh. Yeah, the need to celebrate your progress. Sometimes we think it's only when we've achieved monumental things. So you're always putting off celebrating those small wins. You think it doesn't make a difference. Listen, I'm here to tell you today it makes a difference. The more you celebrate your micro win, your small wins, the more you build your confidence to do more. Now, when you find yourself achieving little things, listen, to you it might be little, but to some other person is huge. We are all on different levels in our life's journey. What you consider small may be huge to someone else. So celebrate yourself. Now, do you know why I love this bit about celebrating progress? You actually teach people how to celebrate you. Now, sometimes some people get angry. Nobody remembers my birthday. Nobody thinks about me. La da da. And I ask you, how many times do you even remember your birthday? And how many times do you celebrate yourself? How many times do you acknowledge yourself or take credit for what you've achieved? Even to the fact, for example, you're a very beautiful lady, right? And someone says, oh my dear, you're beautiful. You say, oh no. My dear, accept it, own it. You're beautiful, you're beautiful. You just need to accept it and run with it, right? Now, sometimes people say, "Oh, I love your smartness," and you start feeling self-conscious. Oh, you don't want to. Why don't you want to take that? That is you. That is who you are. Learn to celebrate. You did not just get it on a platter of gold. You worked so hard to get to where you are today. And you've given and invested a lot of time. So celebrate that progress. Now, in celebrating that progress, you're also telling yourself, hey, Joy, there's still a whole lot I can achieve. But while I'm here, I want to enjoy the time now and here. Now, sometimes, one thing about time, right? We don't have control about time. If you ask me, I don't even know what tomorrow will be. I don't even know what the next minute or hour will turn like. And that's why you need to spend time appreciating where you are right now, because you do not know what tomorrow will be. So you keep saying, oh, I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to celebrate myself tomorrow. And tomorrow may never come. That's not a bad wish. But things happen. Things do happen, and we don't have control over what happens. So wherever you find yourself, whatever you've achieved, learn to celebrate it. Learn to make the most out of it. Because life, oh my goodness, life is not waiting for anyone at all. Life is not waiting for anyone at all. So grab the moment and make it work for you. And then I also want to talk about being grateful, practicing gratitude. Practicing gratitude. Some of us have so invested ourselves in grumbling. We have a PhD, we have a professorship in grumbling. You're always focused on what is not working, what is not working, what is not working. And then you're always focused on what is not working, what is not working, what is not working. And then you're always focused on what is not working, what is not working, and what is not working. And then you forget to be grateful for what you have. Is it the job? Is it the family? Is it a loving spouse? Is it for good health? What are you grateful for? I'm going to pause here and ask you to think about that, really. What are you grateful for? So far, so good. Count your blessings, name them one by one. I challenge you to be very specific about the many, many blessings in your life. What the enemy does sometimes is to blind you to the good things happening, to the positive, beautiful things in your life, and just keeps showing you the things that are not working, the business that is not working, the customer that has not paid, the increasing cost of living, and all of that. See, what you focus on grows. You know why? You're feeding it. You're feeding it energy and it's growing. So why don't you focus on being grateful? Why don't you focus on the many blessings and watch it expand, right? Just watch it expand. So if you've not been doing that, I want to ask you today, can you have a journal of gratitude? What are you thankful for? Go put it down there. In that your business, let's look at those. Let's focus now on the entrepreneurs. I know times are hard. I'm a business person as well. And sometimes we set meaningful goals and we don't achieve them. Is that enough reason to grumble? No. Even in that business not working, there are still things that have worked. There are lessons you've gotten from that process that will help you to become better, right? And thank you, and even be grateful for the opportunity to even have the funds to do that business or the capacity to even engage in that. When you don't sit down and express appreciation for what you have, for what you've gone through, you miss out the lessons, you miss out the opportunities for good. Remember, we said that self-actualization is a continuous learning process, right? So in your journey towards achieving your full potential, there are going to be hiccups, there are going to be, twists and turns. That doesn't mean that you're a failure. It doesn't mean at all. Give yourself that opportunity to try again. You keep fixing it. It's not working. You ask yourself the critical question. Look at the data that you have. What can I do better? And when you come to that place of self-reflection, asking yourself what you can do better, you're giving yourself the opportunity to learn. And also to unlearn things that are not working, things you need to leave behind. And that is also a very, very critical way for us to move forward, right? And there's another thing I want to share with us before I finally wrap up for today. I want to talk about being authentic. When we talk about being authentic, what does it mean? It means being true to yourself. It means expressing yourself freely in ways that resonate with you. Now, it's not that bit that says, this is me, I don't care, no, 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 no. You should care. You should care when your words are hurting people. You should care when your actions are causing damage to people. So that's not what being authentic is all about. Being authentic is you knowing you and you living your life within the purpose God has created you for. It is you putting all your effort to become the best version of yourself. That is you being authentic. And you might think, so what's the big deal? There's a whole lot of big deal in it. So many of us are living other people's lives, not our life. So you are not just modeling, you are copying, even to the way you eat. You mimic people so much so that you don't even know how you eat normally. The way you speak, the way you gesticulate, the kind of clothes you wear. You so do not like yourself at all that you decided to become a copycat of another person. Listen, you are unique. No one can do you like you do yourself. There is no other version of you that is in existence more than the one you've created yourself. So any other person is a copycat. You can't see a copy version and want to be a copy version than being an original version. So those of us who know how when you buy bags, you buy clothes, you have the authentic versions from the big brands, right? Which we call the designers, right? And you have the copy versions. Now there's a whole lot wrong with that copy version in terms of durability, in terms of the quality, the so many things. No matter how good the copy is, it's not the original, it's not the authentic version. So why would you? God created in you all his grace, created you in all your beauty, your skills, your everything, and then you do not appreciate yourself. It's difficult to become the best version of yourself when you do not even know who you are, you do not appreciate who you are. So being authentic is embracing all of you. When you say all of me loves all of me, even in my strength and weaknesses, I love all of me. I recognize that I do have weaknesses, and those weaknesses present me with opportunities for growth. That's the direction we want to go. And then we also want to talk about intrinsic motivation. What are we talking about? This is you giving yourself the permission to motivate yourself. It's good to come to the Friday night hangout to listen, to practice, right? But you also need to develop the capacity to motivate yourself when no one is there, to motivate yourself when no one is seeing you. And it comes from understanding who you are. It comes from understanding your value system. It comes from understanding your purpose in life. So that beyond recognition, beyond money, you can motivate yourself. Some people do not do things except there's going to be pecuniary interest. Some people will not do things, excuse me, some people will not get started or do anything if there's not going to be recognition attached to it. So you want to be able to, motivate yourself to get things going. That even when, no matter what happens, you show up for yourself. No matter what happens, you're your number one cheerleader. That's where we want to get you to. And then finally, what I want to share with us on some of the keys to help you walk towards self-actualization is look beyond your own need. Can you look beyond your need and look at how you can support the next person? Life should not be all about you. When you make life all about you, you will lose steam, you will lose meaning. Looking beyond yourself to how you can contribute to the society makes life worth living. It gives you a drive. There's this drive it gives to you because it's not just about you. Sometimes you show up, like I know Friday night, thank God I have to show up. Because even if it's for just that one person that will come in to listen, to engage, I want to be there. So let life be much more than about you. How can you support your local community? How can you support your network? Don't be in spaces where you're always collecting. Before long, you develop an entitlement mentality where everything is all about you, is for you. You just need to collect, grab. very soon you will lose some very valuable connections. No one wants to be in a space where they're always pouring out and pouring. It's draining. Ask yourself, what are you bringing to the table in this relationship? What are you bringing to the table in your office? What are you bringing to the table in your family? There has to be something you're doing to contribute to the meaningful growth of the next person. My dear, if you're able to practice some of these things or all of these things, you will find yourself growing in your journey of becoming the best version of yourself. Woo! And that's what we want to do. That's where you want to get to. Is one of the greatest needs of mankind to actualize your full potential. Abraham Maslow, in his hierarchy of needs, recognized the need for self-actualization. That's what drives a whole lot of us. That's where you need to come to a place of self-reflection. So I hope you've taken out some of these nuggets and you can run with them. As always, I would tell us that we always give out concrete, actionable nuggets here on Friday Night Hangout for you to quickly run with that. So I'm asking you, please, do not limit yourself. Say no to that self-limiting voice and give yourself the permission to play full out. To play full out. Allow your light to shine so bright. Anyone who cannot deal with your brightness has the permission to wear sunglasses, right? Do not dim your light for anyone to feel comfortable. God has created you in your fullness and with His grace. Why don't you just run with it? So, I hope this has helped you. I hope you're picking out some things you can run with. And just to let us know that the She Speaks Summit, woo, yes. I always like to offer value. The She Speaks Summit is out. The registration is open. It's happening in Enugu. We're bringing it back to Enugu City. Go City. Hey, are you ready for us? Hmm? And this year, our theme is creating legacies. Whoa. This is one event you don't want to miss. Listen, even if you've attended the last 6 editions of She Speaks Summit, this one, wow, is different. This is like a rebirth. This is where you want to come in. We have 2 classes of registration, the VIP registration and the premium registration. So for the VIP registration, you also get a half session with me, and you get to network, you get so many other things, time to ask one-on-one personal questions, so you get a full bouquet before the main 2 day special program, and you also get a whole lot of other goodies. So I'll ask you to please look at the link in the comment section. Use the link in the comment section to go to your registration, and if you have questions, you can also call or WhatsApp or SMS the number on the comment section, right? So it's out. Look, on my wall, you would see the She Speaks Summit flyer. On the business page, Joy Yourself Coaching Consult, the business flyer is also out. Please just make time, click on the link, go get yourself registered. Trust me, you will get excited, you will have actionable content that you can run with and enable you to achieve your potentials in 2024 and beyond. And something else, we have some goody for the first 6 persons to get registered under the VIP category. So you want to be among the, well, we already have some people who are registered, but there's still 1 or 2 slots left for the VIP registration. So you don't want to miss that out. You're going to have an opportunity to be a live audience in our new beautiful studio of the Friday Night Hangout. Ooh, that would be so amazing. So that's one of the gifts amongst other things that you would get. Now, also to notify that next week, Friday, we're going to have a recorded version, and that's because I have an event which I have to be in, so I'm not going to appear live. So tonight is the last episode of our Friday night hangouts in this beautiful month of April. And so if you work on what you've learned tonight, work on what you've learned last week, man, there's a whole lot that you can do. And not to worry, get ready. I'm going to bring Mrs. Ezine back. Now I want you to get yourself ready. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. We're going to have something great in the month of May. Ooh. If you're an entrepreneur, you don't want to miss any of our editions in the month of May. You do not want to miss it. We're going to have a guest who is going to be joining us in the Friday night hangout. He's going to be talking about, strategies for building sustainable business. We're talking about creating legacy. We're talking about building a business that can outlive you, especially in these uncertain, challenging times. You can still build a thriving business. So come listen to an expert teach you how to make your business sustainable. It doesn't matter the challenges going on in your business, you can turn it around. So the month of May is dedicated to our entrepreneurs. Excuse me. The month of May is dedicated to our entrepreneurs. So you do not want to miss any session in the month of May. Now, we also have one of our big sponsors, Mavico Foods. Whoa! We're going to have a special night dedicated to Mavico Foods. And you know what that means? You're not only going to get lessons, some health lessons, some business lessons, you're also going to get some freebies, some goodies. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Some freebies, heavy freebies. So you're going to get products, you're going to get some discounted tickets to She Speak Summit. There's a lot. So tell a friend to tell a friend. Make it a date with us, May 3rd, 2024, in 2 weeks' time. Make sure you have enough time to get prepared, to clear your calendar. And so get ready. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a family member. Come right in. The month of May is dedicated to our entrepreneurs. And you know what I always say? We win together. We win together. So be good. Keep your strength going on. Do not allow yourself to feel drained, weary, and don't throw in the towel. As you know, I love, honor, and celebrate you. Until I see you next time on Friday Night Hangout, stay blessed, stay focused, and keep moving. I love you always. Bye for now.